Welcome back in lecture series on topic chemical thermodynamics. Today we will study a new thermodynamic function, that is enthalpy, and it is denoted by capital letter H. In last video we have studied first law of thermodynamics and its mathematical expression, and also mathematical expression of first law of thermodynamics for different types of processes such as isothermal process, adiabatic process, isochoric process and isobaric process. You know that usually most of the chemical reactions are carried out at constant pressure, and those reactions which are carried out at constant pressure, they are called as a isobaric process or isobaric process. So you know that according to first law of thermodynamics, delta U is equal to Q plus W, where delta U means change in internal energy, Q means heat and W means work done. So delta U is equal to Q plus W. Delta U is here, sign is positive, so it is an increase in internal energy of the system. Q means sign is positive, so Q is heat supplied to the system, and W sign is positive, so work done on the system. So when work done on the system and heat supplied to the system, then internal energy of the system increases. Now in isobaric process or isobaric process, change in pressure, as it is carried out at constant pressure, there is no change in the pressure. So delta P is equal to 0. But volume change is not equal to 0. Pressure does not change, it remains constant, but volume changes. Volume is allowed to change. Therefore, delta U is equal to Q plus W is equal to what? Minus P external into delta V. So if you substitute the value of W in this equation, first law of thermodynamics, equation of first law of thermodynamics, then delta U is equal to Q plus minus P external into delta V, that is equal to W. Therefore, here delta U is equal to QP, open the bracket, minus P external into delta V. Now if you rearrange this equation, now here QP is there. QP means what? Heat changes, that is heat is supplied or heat is released from the system or heat is supplied to the system at constant pressure. So subscript P is there. QP means heat supplied or heat released by the system at constant pressure or heat. Therefore delta U is equal to QP minus P external into delta V. Now if you rearrange this equation, then we get what? QP is equal to delta U plus P external into delta V. But the QP is nothing but what? Heat absorbed or heat evolved. That means heat changes. So heat changes taking place at constant pressure is indicated by symbol delta H, and that delta H is called as an enthalpy change. And therefore here QP, we can write that equation like this also. QP is equal to delta U plus P external into delta V. And therefore here delta H is equal to QP. That is enthalpy change taking place at constant pressure is equal to heat absorbed or evolved at constant pressure. So Delta H therefore is equal to delta U plus P delta P external into delta V. So this much part we have studied in last lecture. Delta H is equal to QP and therefore delta H is equal to delta U plus P external into delta V. Now we will see what is meant by enthalpy, definition of enthalpy, and we will derive an expression of delta H. So enthalpy means actually it is a heat content of the system. Enthalpy of system is also called as a heat content of the system, and it is defined as, enthalpy of a system is defined as, it is a sum of the internal energy, that is U, of the system and energy equivalent to PV work is known as enthalpy. That means what? If you consider any system, gas is enclosed, ideal gas is enclosed in a cylinder which is fitted with a weightless, frictionless piston. Then the gas is a thermodynamic system and that gas has some volume and pressure. So energy due to pressure, volume of that system, and that gas has some internal energy also. So the sum of internal energy U and PV work due to pressure and volume is known as what? Enthalpy. That is nothing but heat content of the system. And therefore mathematical expression for enthalpy is H is equal to U plus PV. And this H means enthalpy of the system, U means internal energy of the system, P means pressure of the system, and V means volume of the system. Now this enthalpy is a state function. Internal energy is a state function. Pressure is a state function that we have studied, and volume is also a state function. Internal energy is state function, pressure is state function, and volume is also state function, and therefore enthalpy is also a state function. Another point about enthalpy, that is enthalpy is an extensive property. It depends upon the amount of substance. Remember, both these points are very important. That is, enthalpy is a state function and enthalpy is the example of extensive property. That means enthalpy depends on amount of substance present in the system. Now enthalpy is, as it is a state function, enthalpy is not measured directly, but you can measure delta H, that is change in enthalpy. How? That we will see here. Now suppose here is a change, reaction is carried out from reactant A changes to reactor product B. This change is carried out from A to B at constant pressure. This change is carried out at constant pressure. So whatever heat change takes place is a enthalpy change. Now see here. A is the initial state of the system and B is the final state of the system. And suppose the heat content of this A, that is reactant, if chemical reaction is there, then reactant is H1. That is, enthalpy of A is how much? H1. And enthalpy of product, that is final state, is H2. Enthalpy of product, that is final state, is H2. Therefore, according to the definition here, delta H is equal to H2 minus H1. that is enthalpy of final state minus enthalpy of initial state is equal to change in enthalpy. Enthalpy change takes place during this chemical reaction is how much? Delta H is equal to H2 minus H1. But according to the definition of enthalpy, enthalpy is what? A sum of internal energy and energy equivalent to pressure, volume, work. Therefore, H1, that is enthalpy at initial stage, that is of reactant, is equal to how much? U1 plus P1 into V1, where U1 is the internal energy of initial state, P1 is the pressure in initial state, and V1 is the volume of the initial state. And H2 is equal to U2 plus P2 V2, where U2 means internal energy of final state and V2 means volume of final state and P2 means pressure of final state. So H1 is equal to U1 plus P1 V1 and H2 is equal to U2 plus P2 V2 according to definition of enthalpy. Now if you substitute this value in this equation number 2, that is delta H, enthalpy change at constant pressure, delta H is equal to H2 minus H1. If you substitute the value of H2 and H1 in this equation, we get what? Delta H is equal to U2, that is internal energy of final state plus pressure of final state and volume of final state. So U2 plus P2 V2 minus initial state, enthalpy of initial state, that is U1 plus P1 V1, that is equal to delta H is equal to U2 minus U1 plus P2 V2 minus P1 V1. But you know that U2 minus U1 is nothing but what? Change in internal energy. Therefore, delta H is equal to delta U and P2 V2 minus P1 V1, that is nothing but change in pressure and volume. So delta PV. But this change is carried out at constant pressure. Therefore, P1 is equal to P2 and that is equal to P, and therefore this equation becomes, equation 3 becomes how? Delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V, that is enthalpy change at constant pressure is equal to internal energy change plus P delta V, that is work done by the system or work done on the system. So according to first law of thermodynamics for isobaric process, what is delta U is equal to QP minus P external into delta V, and QP is equal to, rearranging that equation, we get what? QP is equal to delta U plus P delta V. That means heat change takes place at constant pressure is indicated by delta H, that is enthalpy change, and therefore here QP is equal to delta U plus P external into delta V. But if P external is equal to pressure of gas, pressure outside the system, that is atmospheric pressure, is equal to pressure of the gas, then this equation becomes what? Delta H is equal to U plus P delta V, because delta H is equal to QP. Therefore, substituting the value of QP, delta H is equal to delta U plus P delta V. Instead of P external, here P is there because P external is equal to pressure of the gas. Pressure outside and inside the system is same. Therefore, here P external is equal to P, and therefore instead of P external here P is taken. Now that means what here? QP is equal to delta H, that is enthalpy change is equal to heat absorbed or heat evolved at constant pressure. So the change in enthalpy of system is equal to heat transfer, that means either absorbed or evolved from it, that is from system at constant pressure. And this enthalpy is a state function, and therefore QP, that is heat, actually Q is the path function, you know that. Q and W, that is work done, and heat absorbed or evolved, that is a path function. It depends upon the path by which the change is carried out. But here the change is carried out at constant pressure, and therefore heat change carried out at constant pressure is a state function. Enthalpy is also a state function, and QP is also a state function, as QP is equal to delta H, and delta H is a state function. It depends upon initial state and final state. How the change is carried out, that is not important, but initial state and final state is important. So therefore delta H is equal to H2 minus H1, and therefore it is a state function. Values of this depend upon initial state and final state of the system. And as QP is equal to delta H, QP is also a state function, remember that. So thank you for watching.